Welcome, hello, it is done, the time of me finishing the game, well not finishing a 100% and getting platinum, but I've got 100% for every storyline possible and I'm just on the way to getting all the trophies. So that gets me to the point of telling you my experiences and showing you my story of the game, from really bad FPS drops that become frequent in time when playing, to rendering bugs. But I'll get into that later because those are all things that can be fixed later on in development of the game. So what I want to talk about first is the story. I've read a lot of reviews on this game and I was quite shocked with what I saw. The game itself getting a 5 out of 10 rating, to the highest I saw being 6.5 out of 10. Nearly every review I saw, they said that the story was quote unquote boring. They also said that Deacon, the main character, was not as good as they wanted it to be. I didn't see one critic talk about Deacon in depth. By the way, slight spoilers ahead. So let's talk about the main character, Deacon. Deacon is a biker which was in the army in the past and is now in a MC, motorcycle club, if you don't know what that is. Deacon is a man that doesn't want praise to what good he has done. He puts that good onto someone else most of the time. He doesn't care about that many people, he's always angry, and to me this shows so much emotion of his wife Sarah, who died. He only really cares about his best mate Boozer, who we will talk about more later on. So, in one review, I saw they said that the story is abandoned on its narrator threads a lot, and quote unquote lacks purpose. Personally, what I would have to say to that is, if you really are trying to say that the story lacks purpose, then you must lack knowledge about the game and you must not have been keeping up on the story. Because to me, you have to concentrate. If you want to understand the story, you need to actually pay attention to it, which I loved about the game. And it's slight things that you have to think about yourself of like the story. You can't just keep up, you have to actually think, like, you see what's going on, now what does that mean, sort of thing. So let me keep you up to date on the game and all that stuff real quick. So the basic story setup is that you play Deacon St. John, a former biker with his best mate Boozer, and now they are drifters going from camp to camp pretty much, doing odd bounties and helping other camps for money and trust. Which later on in the game, this allows you to have upgrades, such as if you get enough money and a high enough trust level, you will be able to unlock weapons and better gear for your bike, etc. and all that stuff. It takes place 2 years after the outbreak, and at first you'll be fighting the plain zombie, or freaker you would like to call it, called the Swarmer, which is pretty much called, as critics like to say, the run-of-the-mill. And for me, I would say the build up to getting those tougher freakers was really well played. You get introduced to the lightweight stuff, pretty well done, and then you get introduced to the big guns, and as you all or would or should or know, which is hordes. I don't want to spoil too many things about hordes and all that stuff that goes on. As you can see right now is how big hordes actually are. They do get bigger than that, I believe, a lot more anyway. But anyway, there's probably one thing that I would agree on with most of these critics, which is parts of the story do get repetitive. But I don't want to talk about that in depth because I don't want to spoil anything to anyone that really does want to play this game, that does watch this video. Another thing I just want to debate about real quick is they talk about the relationship between Deacon and Sarah being that it is not convincing. Like I said, to the story as well, lacks purpose apparently. When nearly everyone should realize that we are not supposed to care to be. Pretty much what I'm trying to say is that we're not supposed to be caring about their relationship. It's what happens throughout that makes us care and think about, wow, this relationship is sort of special, because their relationship is like pretty much any person, pretty much if there was in an outbreak, any person's relationship if there was in an outbreak, like I just said. Like, the good and special thing about it is that Deacon St. John, the main character that you play, does not lose hope, should we say. But yeah, like I'm just saying, we're not supposed to care. It's about how much strong feelings he has towards her, that he won't stop looking for her, believing that she is still alive, and like I said, not losing hope. But anyway, I want to talk about my experiences and how I love the game, and not really debate that much, because I'm not gonna lie, some reviews I was kind of like, okay, that's bullshit, mate. Sorry for my language there. But anyway, let's talk about the bugs in this game. So I saw that someone said if the bugs that are plaguing, quote unquote, the game resolvable. Me, I think they are easily resolvable. Most of it has been patched out already, believe it or not. The main two are FPS drops and render issues, as you know, like I showed at the start of the thing. Okay, I'm just gonna comment over these clips real quick, and first one is FPS drops. They will be fixed later on in game, pretty much. But as you can see right now, is rendering bugs. If you drive too fast, maybe, or too far, and the game has not rendered in, it will do stuff like this, and it can be pretty game breaking at times, as I'll show you right now. Such as stuff as you can see on the screen, like right now, zombies disappearing to stuff appearing, such as runners, which are infected wolves. Also, the dialogue, even though I've completed everything in the game, such as infestations and nests, and the character picked it up.
I'll come back later, finish burning out these nests.
This is how bad some rendering issues have gotten for me, such as going into a tunnel and boom, yeah, really bad, as you can see. Also, the lighting, I would say, or contrast or brightness, whatever that is, to sort this out, as you can see, light, and this is where the bug happened and I died. I went back to look to see if the color, like darkness, would come back, and then boom, I die. It's quite crazy, not gonna lie. Okay, anyway, last thing I want to talk about is something that I would like to see in the future for this game. Okay, first up is, being that I've completed this game, I've realized there's no intense fights anymore. There's less freakers that you can fight during day and night, believe it or not. Don't get me wrong, you still fight zombies and somewhat have a small majority of fun while doing it. And I just want to say, I absolutely love this game. But there's just not a lot to do, since there are not a lot of freakers to fight. I would like to see more stuff like nests can get rebuilded and hordes could be regathered, should we say. Anyway, I don't really want to go on anymore about the stuff anymore, because this is my first time pretty much doing this. Also, you guys can decide if this is something you would like to see in future. I have a whole, believe it or not, a whole script read out for what I can be saying right now, but I chose to cut it at what it is right now, because I think that's enough for a fan base that I have that does not necessarily or have seen me do this before. So I'm gonna leave it at this, and if you guys enjoyed, tell me if you want me to carry this on or not, or just tell me whatever. But either way, leave a like, subscribe, I guess, and peace. Just want to say thank you guys so much for watching, and have fun, and this was Days Gone.